first elected office was to Congress in 1992, the so-called Year of the Woman, when we doubled the number of women in the House. It's now quadrupled, but hey, that was progress. And it was very different. It was the beginning of the slippery slide into this toxicity that we're now in. But it wasn't there yet, and people still worked together and knew each other.
How do we move forward and heal that divide? Are there particular issues that you think provide the clearest opportunity for bipartisan progress? And how does that
I actually don't think this is that hard. Yes, there are some people in both parties in Congress, or who are about to be elected to Congress, who are bomb throwers. I don't mean literally bomb throwers, but I mean people who are divisive. But there are people in both parties who are in Congress and about to be elected to Congress who want to get something done. And, it's really hard to get elected to Congress. And why would you want this other than to add some value? And so I think many people in Congress want to add value. So what would I do? And actually, this suggestion has been made by a very good friend of mine who's in the other political party, a Republican, imagine. And her thought is that the next president ought to reach for members of Congress, not just leaders, but people at committee levels, invite them down for a series of lunches at the White House, get to know them. Just imagine that, get to know them. Oh, and they might even get to know each other, and then put an issue on the table like infrastructure. Rebuilding America's infrastructure is not only a great jobs program, but it is also a way to transition from old, dirty infrastructure to green infrastructure, to use modern technology to accommodate what's coming. And we could leapfrog, a couple of centuries here, and everyone would benefit, every member of Congress, because infrastructure goes through Kansas. It doesn't just go through New York and LA.
Yeah, those are great points. It sounds like, the things that you just highlighted are actually relationships matter, and investing in those relationships, developing some modicum of trust that actually allows people to work through differences. And then also there are so many interests that really touch every American's life that really should be no-brainers for us to be able to focus on.
It isn't that different from what you do at BBR. I mean, you have a set of financial skills that I don't have, but you have to get to know people and, kick the tires to figure out how to go forward. And if you don't know them and you have no relationship with them, it's pretty hard to make a decision, at least I would think, about what to do just based on reading a piece of paper. And I think you're in the human relationship business too.
Absolutely. I mean, you said it well. The ability to apply ideas and technical expertise is only as good as our ability to actually know what's important to our clients and make sure that we're addressing those particular needs.
And you have to have a trust relationship with your clients, and you have to have a trust relationship with those in the businesses in which you invest. And if you don't, if you have no idea who they are, and you just based on God knows some fake news you read someplace, make a decision, it's a lose-lose.
So you have been a part of a number of things right now to ensure the integrity of the election is intact.
Yes.
And that the perception that is intact continues to be strong.
Yeah, you need both. And the perception, which is being fed by some, that it's all a hoax and that it can't be fair, is really wrong. I mean, that is discouraging people from voting. If they think that militias are going to show up while they're in line, if they think that the ballot boxes aren't real ballot boxes, that's going to spook people. And, Halloween is one thing, but voting is a different thing. And we really have to be serious about this. It's the future of our democracy.
Yeah, I mean, figuring out how to, whether in Congress or a company like BBR, how to create an environment where dissent is celebrated and welcomed and can be leveraged into creativity, I think is important. And figuring out how to compromise to get to a solution that really brings everyone on board is, I think, something that all spaces are struggling with right now.
I have always thought that working with everybody for the country is got to be what you do. The hard problems that I worked on were about the country. They weren't about one political party. And I've had considerable success solving problems. And on the wall of my office at the Wilson Center are 8 laws where I was either the author or the principal co-author. And I like showing it off. What can I say? But I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the fact that I worked with other people to solve mostly security problems for America.